Calon Films are submitting a bid to the Neath Port Talbot Council Heritage, Culture and Tourism Growth Fund to form a Dic Penderyn Heritage Trail, which will start here in Blancos, where we held our first Investors Night last year. When you arrive at the hotel, you'll pick up your heritage passport and upload the personalised web app on the trail. Follow me. The first stop of the Heritage Trail will be in this subway tunnel, which, as you can see, is currently under a state of disrepair. But we plan to use the money to commission another street art mural commemorating Dic Penderyn and the Merthyr Uprising of 1831. We arrive at Aberavon Shopping Centre, celebrating 50 years this year, guys, in its existence. And this is where your heritage passport comes into full use. Calon Films will partner with local independent businesses such as San Pablo, Wales's leading street clothing manufacturer, and run by local legends Nigel Hunt and Pancho. You bring your passport, and just by visiting the shop you get a stamp. You get 10 stamps at the end of the trail to win a commemorative pin badge for the Dic Penderyn Heritage Trail. Follow me. Okay, you next come up to the mezzanine flooring, and here on the mezzanine flooring there will be display cabinets explaining the historical significance and the story of Wales's first working class martyr, Dic Penderyn. Why not pop in for a bite to eat at the Hideout with Wales and Lions rugby legend Richard Hibbard. The next stop on the Dic Penderyn Heritage Trail will be the new theatre, due to reopen under a £16.9 million refurb on St David's Day next year. As part of the reopening of the theatre, we've already agreed a partnership with the theatre management for a permanent Iniquity collection to be on display for members of the public free of charge. Another stamp in your heritage passport. Now, the collection will be donated from my personal belongings of artwork, props, costumes, photographs from the stage production of Iniquity which of course received its world premiere and the first indoor theatrical performance in Wales post-pandemic in the old theatre. That collection is worth £50,000, an estimated value, and I'm prepared to donate it entirely to the public and people of Port Talbot. Now, you quite rightly could be asking the question, well, you're in the process of trying to raise finance for this remarkable movie. Why are you giving such high value items away? And my mindset behind that is the jewel in the crown of that collection is a bespoke oil painting that we had commissioned for the stage production of local actor John Jones in the part of William Crawshay II, the Iron Master in Merthyr in 1831. That painting alone by the artist Lee Meltzer is worth a considerable sum of money. I wouldn't want to run the risk of donating that to a private collector, much like Wales's first Banksy, which came to Port Talbot and is never seen again by the people of Wales. This is something that needs to be embraced and shared by us all, and that's why I'm prepared to do that. On to the next stop. We then arrive at the first of 2 subway mural tunnels that have already been painted and commissioned way back by councillors Nigel Hunt and Scott Bamsey to commemorate the significance of Dic Penderyn's story. Now, the historian, author, and I'm privileged to call now dear friend of mine and fellow member of Calon, Sally Roberts-Jones, reckons through her historical research that it was on or around this site, the cottage, that Dic Penderyn was born and grew up in. So there'll be the first of 3 heritage plaques here commemorating that, with QR codes taking you through to video reenactions of the story played by actors and giving some bilingual information about the significance of this site in particular. Now, the second of our commissioned street art murals to complement those by Nigel and Scott will be positioned here, just before you do a quick detour back through the town centre and complete your stamps on the Dic Penderyn Heritage Passport. Where you can pop in to see Cassius and the team and pick up one of Wales's finest coffees at the Tableau Coffee and get your stamp. Trail, of course, finishes here. The resting place of Wales's first working class martyr, where there'll be another commemorative heritage plaque on the Dic Penderyn Heritage Trail, QR codes, all bilingual, explaining the significance and plight that our ancestors suffered, securing rights and privileges that we fundamentally enjoy in society today. Finishing with paying your respects. Now, you could quite legitimately ask the question this: Calon Films are in the business of telling stories and doing that through the medium of film and TV production with our debut feature film, Iniquity. So why are we branching out and making bids, very ambitious and robust bids, to grant funding, coupled with match funding from personal donations, to create tourist attractions? And the reason is very simple. We are already in strong talks, and have been now for some time, with Creative Wales, which is a taxpayers funding body from the Welsh Senedd, whereby they can put money into films, money that can make projects like Iniquity happen. In order to secure that funding, we have to prove that there's an appetite and we can bring economic prosperity to Wales. Similarly to Calon and their campaign now, which I'm proud to be a part of, in saving and repurposing St Mary's Church as a Dic Penderyn Arts and Heritage Visitor Centre. All of those projects need significant sums of money, and the National Lottery Heritage Fund We've had early talks with them with Calon of Roe, and likewise they've said they need to see sustainability and economic prosperity as well as protecting heritage. Now, by building this infrastructure, that's going to put evidence in place through the personalised web app and the heritage passports that people will come and use the Heritage Trail and bring economic prosperity to independent businesses in our town, bringing back a sense of pride and recognition of what our ancestors went through. I'll leave you with this. I went to visit Britain and the Office of National Statistics to look at who are the largest overseas visitors to the United Kingdom. They're Americans, of course. Last year, 5.7 million Americans ventured here, spend their dollars, convert them into pounds. Now, of the 5.7 million American tourists that came to these shores, 87% went to London, 47% went to Scotland, 1.7% came to Wales. We will use Iniquity as a calling card to bring from the American market as well as other overseas tourism to come and bring economic prosperity through pride in our heritage to these shores. Build it and they will come.